So we join the stormed chasers, as you are now above ground once more, outside of Sir Giles's manor house, having survived Saren's deadly trap in his hidden lair.
You should probably get the tar off of everybody. Do you have a spell for that? I don't.
Assuming prestidigitation can take tar off?
I don't think anyone's covered in tar now.
Oh yeah, because it was on fire and burning itself away.
My tar burned off, yes.
I could use lunch. I'm sorry, everybody. That was bad.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Any fight that you can walk away from not covered in flaming tar.
That's a good way to look at it.
Agreed.
Core, are you all right? That was really bad for you in particular.
I'm no longer on fire.
That is a factual statement. Cool. All right, let's eat.
Set up any guards, or nobody's gonna come in here, right? Nobody's been in here. I mean, Fenthwick literally bashed all the siding off of this metal house, so I don't think
You
anybody
want to put a little sign that says, stay
out
out.
of order.
Do not climb down giant hole.
Yeah, that's true.
I have an extra sacks. Maybe let me see if I have any yellow caution tape we can put up. I don't. Is the servant who passed out when I changed into a giant badger, are they still here? Have they woken up yet?
No, you guys are alone outside.
Weren't we being escorted here? Did that guy just leave?
There was Winford with you, and then the servant Sally, but Sally passed out when you became a badger. After the shock of, finding that Saren's candle-making shack was not all that it seemed, and then seeing you turn into a badger, she fainted and Winford brought her inside. You guys went in and went down. Probably weren't even down there very long, maybe.
Yeah, like 5 minutes. 10
5 minutes
maybe.
at most.
Right? Do you think we should eat lunch here or back at the tavern?
I can go back to the tavern. Wonder if
We could probably check in with Winford. It'd be rude to just leave.
Yeah, he's your people. You guys should talk to him.
Did we see where Winford took the fainted lady?
He just brought her back inside. You guys stayed outside. So there was the doorway that led through the kitchens. This is the way you came out this part of the yard.
Oh, we can go back and knock on the door.
It just swings open. It wasn't fully closed.
We'll go inside, I guess.
Okay. The kitchen is empty at the moment.
So how do we even describe what happened? Like, it's kind of a good news, bad news thing, right? Like, we were right about our suspicions, but it went bad.
Yeah, let's just leave that part out. But that it went really bad.
is it abnormally quiet in here?
Give me a perception check.
13.
No, you hear murmured voices coming across the hallway door is left open, and you can right across the way is the servants' quarters. You can hear murmured voices coming from.
After you, Sir Fenthwick.
Okay, Prince Hal. I'll stroll in.
And you hear, as you guys get closer, you hear, "Are you all right, dear?" "Yeah, I'm fine. Just a bit overcome." Thank you, Frederick. Coming from one of the rooms. Yeah, she'll be all right. Just took a bit of surprise. Duke's men have a lot of fantastic powers.
I'll holler, "Hey, Winford!"
Excuse me. You see the half-orc poke his head out. Hal. Sir Hal. You all done already, or?
Everything's locked up for the time being. How many men you got working in the mines?
I would say, most of the men in the village work there. Or aside from you like Roland or the hunters, do the odd job.
That like
a couple hundred?
2 people, or? Oh, okay. Hey, Fenthwick, you think if you can like freeze that stuff, they can like bring their pickaxes and take it apart relatively quickly?
Yeah. Great minds think alike. I was having that same idea. A whole village full of miners. I assume the stuff will just harden on its own, won't it?
We were down there last.
I mean, I can make it cold. Oh, now that you made me think about it, you might want to station some men, or at least tell the servants to not go down the hole that's on the outside of the shed. Goes into the shed, and then there's, that's not important. Yeah, just stay away from the hole.
Right. I think I'm just going to tell them to stay away from the whole area in general.
Ignore the smoking lawn as well. Well, hot lawn. I don't know how. It was. Never mind.
I'm not even gonna pretend to understand what that meant.
He's still disoriented from being a big badger.
Ah, I see. That would be I couldn't even imagine how that would be either, but I was disoriented seems like it would make sense to me. You see it.
We're gonna grab some lunch back at the Ale Spring Springer Inn, whatever it's called.
Alright, 1 second. Y'all, Duke's men are leaving for now, but we'll have to resume our investigations. So no, Sally, you stay there. You just hand me the key. I'll make sure it's nice and locked up, and you just rest and no one go out back for a while. I don't understand, Mr. Winford. Just trust me, Fred. You see Winford come out with the key. All right, I guess it's back to the Ale Spring Inn then. Hot lawn. Is that some sort of saying y'all have down south?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, it's probably a druid thing.
Yes, we're almost in the middle of winter, so not how long could be hot.
So is there snow on the ground?
Yeah, there would be because it was snowing earlier.
So if we look around the grounds, do we see anywhere where the snow is obviously melting?
Give me a perception check. Don't notice anything so far.
I'm short. I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Not in my immediate vicinity.
Not in the few feet, that you can see. And as you guys head out of Sir Giles's manor, back towards the front gate, Winford closes it back up and leaves it unlocked. No point in locking those folks in, and I don't suppose anyone here would be heading in anyway. So, if that's all right, y'all. Hate to lock these people in.
I think that's a good idea. In case they should have to flee something.
Yeah, well, if Saren is really mixed up in with whatever y'all think he is, it warrant this much attention. Do care.
At this point, I think we would safely say he is mixed up.
Usually count myself a pretty good judge of character. Guess you can never really know till you know. You guys continue walking back towards the Ale Spring Inn. Right. After a few minutes, doesn't take long. Doesn't take really long to get anywhere in Nestlerock. You find yourselves back at the Ale Spring Inn. Winford opens the door for you all. You hear, I'll be with you in a minute, as you hear the ding of a bell. Door opens. You hear Ravina's voice coming from the back. You're all back already. Your business was successful, yeah?
I'm going to call it a success, yes.
What can I do for y'all?
We were thinking lunch.
How long were we gone? Like 30 minutes? So was it even lunchtime?
Yeah, you
For
were probably,
brunch?
I mean, you did search the house a little bit, right? So I would
funny.
say, but you guys got up pretty early. Then had breakfast, waited for Winford, had breakfast, and then went out. So I'd say it's still probably like mid-morning, 9:30, between 9:30 and 10:30.
At brunch,
None
we
of you have a
planned.
clock. So, lunch isn't quite ready yet, but I can get you all something to tide you over if you're hungry already.
Maybe we'll just rest a bit.
Hang out in the common room.
Of course. Can I get you all at least something to drink?
Something ice cold.
What is it you always drink? How? Milk?
Yeah. Apple juice. Chilled goat's milk, but I don't think they had any of that. Well, they did have that. They didn't have the juice. Fruit juice.
Yeah, no fruit juice, unfortunate.
Delicacy, I guess, up here in the snow.
In the snow in the winter? What?
Got some nice preserved apples, if didn't show on that, but sorry, no apple juice.
What about cider? Spiced cider. The D100 roll.
Sorry, we past well, to be honest, past few years have been a little bit rough. Haven't had enough apples come in through a trade. Make any cider recently. I'd love to see an apple tree, but unfortunately they don't grow up here.
Do you have any seeds? Like seeds from an apple?
She thinks to herself, you know what? I think we do.
Okay.
Dad's a bit of a hoarder sometimes, and when making that last batch of preserves, he pretty much keeps seeds, anything that he can. So, what do y'all need the seeds for? I've never heard anybody eat apple seeds.
Before we leave, if you want to, I can cast a spell that will boost the soil in this region. Centered, if we do it here at the inn, it'd be about a half-mile radius of this inn, and the soil would be enriched for the next year, and the plants would yield twice the normal amount of food when harvested. Do you guys do a lot of crops up here, or is it too cold?
Oh, I mean, here at the ale spring, we don't really grow too much other than some of Paul's herbs that he uses in cooking. But I bet some of the farmers on the outskirts would more than happy to receive that kind of blessing. It'd be a real boost to the whole village. We grow a lot of root crops and such.
Right, it makes sense. They're tolerable of the climate. I look towards the group. Do you mind if on the way out of town, once we're done here, we stop by the farms and I can cast that a couple times and help a couple of the farms, and I think it would benefit all the people here.
Spell I'm thinking of, doesn't it take 8 hours?
Yeah, it would be like I could do it the day before we leave, I guess.
And you guys would have remembered you guys walked in through some farmlands through the western side of the village.
Sorry, I've done it a couple times on the road before I met up with all of you, just as a service. Yeah. I mean, before we leave, I don't know if it would help you guys actually be able to grow like an apple tree around these parts, but it might be interesting.
I mean, just to have a bountiful crop would be more than a blessing.
And I look towards Fenthwick. What's 8 hours on the day before we leave? You know, I can do that.
It's gonna take a quick nap here for a little while.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Or sitting in a corner, leaning against the wall, just meditating, but sitting in a corner, eyes closed, while you're having this conversation.
So, are you going to be heading up to your rooms then, or would you like something to drink? I'm sorry.
I'll take water.
Yeah, just some water would be fine. I think we're gonna relax down here.
Okay.
If people don't come in until lunchtime, then I imagine.
I have to say, y'all are some of the most interesting adventurers I've. Well, we don't get too many, but the visitors I do remember don't remember any of them quite asking for water.
Well, you don't have goat's milk.
No, unfortunately, I'll have to. Well, maybe if we get a good enough crop, we can trade for some goats.
What did we drink this morning?
You guys had tea, I think, or no? There was milk, I believe, but which wasn't goat's milk.
Milk with ice cubes. Yum. I'd like to take an hour and take a short rest.
Sure, you guys could do that down here or up there, up in your rooms. It's your choice. Ravina comes back, some water, and a larger pitcher of water and a smaller pitcher of milk, and some tankards for y'all.
You have like bread, like just like table bread, or maybe a bowl of nuts. You know, like before people eat, like something we could just snack on while we're hanging out. We'll pay for it.
I think Paul already explained to you all that your money is not good here. But yeah, we've got some loaves still, and I haven't quite put the ones for lunch in, but there's some leftovers from breakfast. I'll be back with that and some cheese. 1 second. She comes back with about half a loaf of the same sourdough you guys ate in the morning, with a platter of what looks like kind of like a fresh farmer's cheese and also a hardened aged cheese.
I think we're just going to take a short rest until lunchtime. I think the plan was not to come back until tomorrow, right? So I don't even know what we're going to do with the rest of our day.
Well, apparently you're going to go enrich farmland.
I can't. I don't have plant growth prepared.
No.
That's going to be something else I'm going to prepare when we go to bed tonight.
She brought us some bread?
Yep, bread and cheese.
I just use prestidigitation to make my bread taste like churros.
Nice. That's pretty great. That's pretty great. Well, when you can't get the twisty bread, you bring the twisty bread to you. That's fantastic.
Across realms and time.
Yep. I I will probably talk to, who was it that was gonna, like, was it the person who owns the inn who was gonna talk to, like, the miners and stuff, people who are injured, and I was gonna do some healing while I was here?
I think that was Winford.
I guess I can do that with the rest of my day, since we don't have any other plans.
All right. I was gonna head to the mine anyway, see how business is going, see how everyone's doing. I can see if there's any injuries.
You guys want to have him down there and spell it in?
After the short rest, you guys need it, but yeah. And if we're fast forwarding to that point, then yeah, let's go down to the mine.
All right, so you'll meet me down there then.
You guys know where it is? I mean, I've never been here before, so.
I think we remember the way.
Yep. The only road in town, pretty much, leads up to the mountain path and to the inn itself.
Nice. Well, that makes it easy.
Not the inn, the mine. And after an hour of relaxing, about midway through, Ravina comes in, gives you another pitcher of water. Are you sure I can't get you all anything else? An ale, some wine? We might not have any of some fine elvish wines that some of you might be used to, but I can see what I can do. And she keeps glancing towards Core, with his eyes closed, about to set it.
Blinking way too slowly. Just got out of a car accident.
Yeah, are you taking a whole ass long rest? Because you could do it in 4 hours, right?
I could, in theory, but I mean, I just woke up from a long rest like 7 hours ago,
Yeah,
so I don't know if that's going to happen.
You wouldn't be able to get the benefits of a long rest for another.
That's funny though.
Another little while. It's probably another 20 hours.
You're like, come back in 4 hours. I'll be good.
Yeah, not 20 hours. That would be too long, but you know what I mean.
I understand. Next on.
Okay.
No, I think we're all good actually. And or do you even drink wine? I say in Elven or Sylvan. It's Sylvan, right?
I speak both.
Well, I know Sylvan, not Elven, so I say in
yes,
Sylvan.
that's up to you. Yes, you cannot say it in Elven.
No, I will. You know what? I'll talk to you in a language I don't have, and we'll just make this more complicated.
There we go.
But you all get your short rest. You can roll your hit dice.
Nice. I wasn't even hurt. Dang, very nice.
That was
All
just enough to get me back up to full.
There you go.
Yeah, Core took some hits that session.
Some hits, and he was lit on fire by somebody. Jeez.
Yeah. So you all take your short rest after an hour. After feeling better, feeling some of the aches in your muscles from having dodged so many strikes, some of the burns on your skin starting to lessen a little bit. Day is yours. What would y'all like to do?
Also, we could brief the miners on what we want them to do, right? Or what you guys want them to do.
We hadn't actually discussed it yet. I guess we wanted them to go down there and try to clear all that crap out. Of course, we should probably take care of the puddings first.
Right.
All right.
I'm gonna do some healing, and maybe you guys can talk to, because if I remember correctly, I don't think it was last session, but the session before, I noticed somebody was like holding something back, right? Like Hal said something, and they kind of made a weird face, like they were trying to hide something, or something in Hal said it like sparked a recognition.
That was Winford actually, when Hal asked if he was doing anything weird.
Yep. And so we're gonna meet him down at the mine. Was that who we were talking to?
Yep. Winford's been kind of the interim village leader. So, as you all head to the mines to meet Winford and figure out, maybe heal some of the miners from their injuries that I'm sure some of them have. Mining's a dangerous business, especially in these settings. Storm Chasers, you have headed from the Ale Spring Inn towards the mines of Nestlerock. Bentwick, easily remembering the way, was the main road from the village. The only road in the village, really, leads to the mountain path that leads to them. You remember there was a fork in the path that led. One was more disused. You remember which one takes you to the mine itself. After a few more minutes of climbing, you guys reach the opening of the mine itself, and you see Winford there talking with a handful of miners.
Is there a space that is open to the sky that, is just regular dirt where there's no obstructions?
Yeah, right. The entrance of the mine. So the entrance of the mine, it's not a framed, large, double, heavy wood and iron reinforced doors, right? That open into the mine itself. But the entrance is pretty much rocky, like mountain landscape. They do have, some track leading into the mine for carts and such. They've cleared and flattened a pretty large staging area at the entrance.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do as we walk up is I'm going to do the thing I did before. I'm going to locate animals and plants since we're up near the mine. I'm searching for winter birds again for my good friend Hal, seeing if there's anybody within 5 miles.
Okay. Do not get it.
I put my hand on Hal's shoulder and say, "I'm sorry, friend. Reached out with my senses, and there are no winter fowl or birds, as you call them, within 5 miles. But I'll continue searching every day. All right?
All right. Appreciate it.
Of course. And then I look at Fenthwick and I say, I hope you don't mind. When I was traveling before I met you, the only way to make money was to be a bit dramatic. So I have a bit of a routine. Do you want me to keep it low profile, or do you mind if I do the routine?"
Oh, by all means, do the routine. I'm fascinated.
Okay. All right. I get within about 20 feet of Winfred and the miners, and I set my staff into the dirt, and I expend a single charge, and it turns from a staff into a healthy 60-foot tall, 5-foot in diameter tree with limbs that's spread out in a 20-foot radius. And I address the group. I turn around immediately and say, "Come, bring your sick, your hurt. I am happy to heal any in need, and of course, donations are always accepted."
Give me a performance check with advantage.
14.
Not bad. I mean, the tree, definitely, you hear audible gasps, and even one guy just shout, like, "Ah!" And they all kind of take a step back as this massive tree is suddenly rooted into the rocky and stony ground at the entrance of their mines. Like I said, Sir Hal and Sir Fenthwick are back, and they've brought some more interesting friends. Belladin here, is it? Right?
Yes. And you see, like, I take out a parchment that I unroll. It's all crumpled up because I just stuffed it in my pack, and I unroll it, and it's just in terrible handwriting in common. It's like, "can cure," and it lists everything that lesser restoration cures. Which is blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. And I kind of lean it against the tree because I don't want to hurt I'm not going to nail it into the tree. So I kind of just happy to perform any services while we're here in the settlement. Always try to make a good impression. We're druids. I hear we aren't a dime a dozen around here.
Well, we don't get too many any sort of magic folk around here.
Oh, aside from Fenthwick, he's been here before.
And people are still talking about that.
Nice. Yeah. If anyone has suffered any recent injuries, I can heal those. And then if anything on this list, and it's just I got to reiterate, it is just the worst handwriting in common. A list of those different ailments.
Winfred takes a moment, looking at the parchment. Takes him a minute, kind of does that thing where he puts it further and closer, trying to focus it a little bit more. Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were writing in Elvish or something at first.
Oh, you see, he's like, no. This says blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned. And then I realize I've spelled paralyzed and poisoned wrong. Oh, I could. You know what? No, we don't need the sign. I grab it and hastily just shove it back in my backpack. Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. Or diseased. Right. I can end a disease. I forgot about that.
Most of the men up here are maybe got some injuries. I know you said Daryl broke his arm this morning. Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Winford.
Hey, wasn't Daryl didn't he race during the festival?
I'm not sure if he did. I actually wasn't present for the festival.
Horseback rider. My bad.
I do.
But you're here now.
Yep.
Right. But any of those other conditions might be more useful down in the village. Not many people with those ailments will be coming to work in the mines. At least not on my watch.
Makes sense. You only got one person hurt, nobody else? I mean, accidents happen all the time.
Yeah, no, we got a few, you see about half a dozen miners. No? Various injuries and ailments.
Half a dozen is perfect. If you mind, could you all just stand next to each other? We can take care of this in one go.
Okay, and they all just kind of bunch up together.
Okay, great. So, Belladin waves his hands, speaks a little bit under his breath, and a small chipmunk appears in front of him with these ghostly green hues, and just kind of looks around a little bit, sniffs the air, and then goes up to the first person and goes up to wherever their injury is and just kind of puts his hands on the wound, healing that person. And then over every 6 seconds, Belladin moves the chipmunk from person to person, touching the hurt parts. And I imagine they're all commoners, so if you need me to roll, let me know.
I'm sure you're able. I'm not going to make you roll for this. You're spending a spell slot for it, so you definitely are able to heal all of them of their injuries and different ailments.
All right.
See the one with the broken arm, kind of wince back as the.
Oh yeah, I imagine that hurts.
No, at first just winces back from the squirrel coming up to him, he's freaked out by this creepy ghost squirrel.
Not creepy, he's cute.
Got glowing green eyes. These are common folk.
He's intangible, yeah, so he is like a ghostly green squirrel.
Uh-huh. And then you see him wince even harder as you see the bone reset and knit itself. I'm cured!
He knows what he's doing. Squirrel's a wicked smart little guy. And I move him on to the next person.
And you heal all 6 miners of their injuries. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, your name was
Belladin.
Belladin.
Yep. Yep.
Interesting name.
Yeah. Of the Melchris. If anyone ever asks you met a druid before, remember that I'm from the Melchris tribe. I'll be in town for a little bit, so if you know anybody who's got an injury or something, I'll be down at the inn. And normally I accept donations for this type of work. Not compulsory, but yeah, donations would be good. But the thing is, that was before I met these fine fellows who happen to be wealthier than I've ever been in my entire life. So I don't really need the gold right now, so maybe, I don't know, go down to the inn where we're staying and tip well, and we'll be square.
If that's all you're asking for, sir, we can easily manage that. There'll be quite a celebration tonight once our shifts are done.
Celebration's not necessary. I'm just glad I could help.
Sir, you don't understand. I wasn't sure if I'd ever be able to work in the mine after this morning, after that rock fell on my arm. Feels good as new.
Good.
I mean, at least the rock. I mean, Bellin didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
It was close. Now, Daryl, don't be humble. The reason why Daryl broke his arm is that he shoved Bill out the way.
Well, then it was a good deed rewarded in kind. So I'm glad I could be here to do that for you.
Thank you, sir. Sir Belladin and the Melchris. I promise we'll never forget.
There's no sir. I'm not a fancy pants noble like these two.
Well, you've earned our respect either way.
When you head over to the inn, make sure you tell them that Belladin and Core sent y'all.
Belladin, I'm sorry, what was that other?
Belladin and Core. I put my hand on Core's shoulder, who's just not understood it. Yeah, he has not understood a lick of what's happened or what's going on, or probably has seen the, because I did use this spell in the fight yesterday or this morning, so like it's familiar. This like aberration showed up during the tar fight.
I was on fire. I didn't really notice if it was a squirrel or something.
Yeah, put me out was probably all you were paying attention to. But yeah. Tell him Cor and Belladin sent you. That's Hal. I turned my head away from Cor and give Hal a big old wink.
Oh, Belladin and Cor. All right.
Give Belladin here a tour of the mine and kind of show him where the issues first started. And
I love the ground. I love being around it. I mean, you saw me. I turned into a badger earlier, a giant badger. I love being underground. Yes, I love mines, caves, whatever. And I like give Winfred a look of like, yeah, I'd love to see what's going on down there. Nothing strange, right?
Just normal mining work.
Do I sense anything? Like, is he? Because I remember he was a little weirded out when Hal said something strange. Is he doing it again?
Give me an insight check.
Inspiration?
Should I use inspiration?
It's up to you.
Well, it was a 9. Yeah, sure. I mean, use it or lose it, right? Rolled the same. Exactly the same. That sucks.
And Winfred looks assured and confident and gives you that laugh and normal mind and work. And he seems pretty straightforward about it.
Okay.
You see a slight twitch of his left eyebrow.
Hmm.
You get a sense that he might be holding something back. You're not sure.
Well, sorry about all that, everybody. And I put my hand, and it shrinks back down into a staff. And I'm just pick it up and holding it again.
Just to let everybody know.
Nice. That's hilarious. I rolled an 18. He rolled a 17. That's amazing. Sometimes it works out.
As I've told all the rest of the boys, section of mine has been pretty dangerous still. It's been off limits to everybody. Make sure. He gives a look towards you and Fenswick, Hal.
Did we say that?
Yeah, I understand him not wanting to talk around the people who are working in the mine, but I'm pretty sure we told him that it's okay to talk to us about it because we all were on the up and up. We knew what was going on. Or at least had been around these crystals before, right?
Fenswick, you would definitely remember. After you all had rescued Winfred from the Lost Temple down there, from his orcish cousins who were holding him as prisoner after he refused to help them any further, he promised to keep secret the entrance that he had found from the mines to this cavern system that had the deposits of the dragonstone gems, more true silver, and led to the Lost Temple.
Yeah, let's go see if it's cleared up or anything else that's gone on down through there. Since nobody's been in there, I'm sure it'll be just like it was before.
Mr. Winfred, do you think that's... I mean, you've always told us how dangerous that is. Don't worry, Bill. This is Sir Hal, Sir Fentwick, Sir Belladin, and the Melchris, and...
That's Cor. I'm Belladin of the Melchris. They are both sirs. I am not a noble. I mean, if we're the Duke's emissaries, wouldn't we be afforded a certain... We would have knowledge of this, right? Would he be able to...
Yeah, and with your passive insight, you get a sense that they're more worried for your safety, because they've been impressed upon that this place is super dangerous. But if y'all think it's safe for any... I'm sure y'all protect me, right?
Right. Safe for us. Certain death or everyone else.
I mean, as long as there's no flaming tar monsters down there, I think we'll be fine.
Well, let's not set the bar too high.
Right.
Oh, just dangers of more collapsed tunnel systems. And you guys are led into the mine. The large stone doors lead into a larger chamber. That's been kind of the main entrance still. You see that there are mine shafts leading to the right and to the left, but those just are dead ends that just kind of corkscrew and kind of wind around and are led down more to the central portion of the mine, down the hallway through some tracks, through another set of reinforced frames and doors, where you are led to the main area of the Nestlerock mine. There is torchlight, some sconces, as the sconces are now lit, as you know, during the day and active work is being done, but it's still pretty dark. They're not super bright, right? They only have enough to be able to see what they're doing.
Ooh, we got a map. I'm sure that's not a bad thing. So I was looking through my spells because I seem to be the druid that just prepares spells that are never good for the situations we seem to find ourselves in. And I did bring gaseous form. So if there is a cave in, I can get you guys out of here.
So you guys are led into the main part.
Anybody else around us other than Winford?
Yeah, I mean, there are not in the immediate area. As you guys remember, this is a paved area, like stone paved area. That there's no active mining work going on in this section right where you are, but you hear the sounds of mining going on.
Paladin, the cave-in story is a lie, just to keep people away.
Okay, that makes more sense. Let's look around, see if anything, since you have us here, Winfred, I feel like we're a good resource. I can heal. Fenwick can destroy things by magic. That's so much dice.
It's just miners, don't worry.
Yeah, let's take a look around. Just make sure everything's good.
Well, what y'all waiting for? As Winfred says as he unlocks the door.
If I remember correctly, we just go down that hallway. I'll let Winfred take us back to that place since I don't quite remember which direction we're going.
Fenwick, you would remember that the passageway to your right is the main entranceway, as the stone path kind of is where the tracks are for the carts, and was previously barricaded by the goblins that had taken over, forcing you guys to go around. But the direct path would be towards the right, as you hear sounds of pickaxes against stone, and the murmurs of voices and shouts.
I remember the pool. It was like it was down this way.
Oh, can I help? You should be heading down. Oh, Mr. Winford. It's all right, boys. We're just going. These are some of the Duke's men come to help and inspect safety of the passageway. And you all head down, further down around the corner into the path, and you see a large stone. This is the entranceway. You all sure you want to head down there? Just give me a moment. Haven't had to move this since I placed it to cover this entrance. Kind of braces himself to try to move the stone.
Hal, why don't you help him?
And he is... I guess this thing was a bit easier to put into place. Just give me a moment. I'm sure I can get it.
All right, let me know if you need some help.
Maybe a bit the old back isn't quite what it used to be.
All right, I'll help you out, and I'll help him move.
Give me an athletics check. 13. This rock, the way it's placed, you're having a hard time moving it. It's not so much the weight, but the shape.
All right, I'm going to rage into it. All right, on the count of 3.
I'll touch him and say, go with God.
Give me another athletics check.
19 plus a d4. 22.
After kind of getting at the wrong angle, you take a moment to look at the rock. Like, this is a much better spot. And you easily, with a shove, it rolls out and slams into the stone next to it, revealing the small opening leading down further. Fenswick, you'll have no problem. Lean enough, but Belladin and Hal, it'll be a little bit of a tight squeeze getting in. I have to say, I've been trying not to think about this place since the last time I was here.
Reoccupying your mind or something? I know what they do, so I can understand.
That night, I think if I was there, down in the village, during the festival, I might have been able to help Steph before it came, whatever happened. And if,
He give me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know, I get the weird sense that he's still trying to help him.
Give me an insight check. You get a sense of conflict from him. Because in that moment where he's talking about his son, and then after that after what he says, he goes, anyway, well, sorry about that. Y'all wanted to inspect further into the mine, into that old ruins, I expect, won't you? And you get this sense that when he was talking about his son, there was this kind of moment of clarity in his eyes. And it suddenly, the mask, his eyes kind of unfocused for a moment. And his mood switched and he started talking like nothing was wrong anymore.
I'll nod towards Belladin, and when turns away, leads us, I'll kind of give Belladin the eye, like, keep an eye on this guy. All right. Well, lead the way.
I tell you, if we ever can let this become public knowledge, we'll all be mighty rich. I'm sorry, I just gotta light this torch. What can all of you see in the dark? Or
I'll turn on my gem. Don't worry about torches. You leave it there.
Oh, that's pretty bright. I guess I won't need this. He puts the torch away. And as he leads you, you guys remember that it was a pretty straight tunnel heading straight down, further deeper into the mountains that you can remember. And as your gem of brightness is lit and you guys head down, you see the sparkle of true silver ore, thick spider webs all along the walls. And then eventually you get the gleam. Among the true silver, you get the gleam of blue. Lead you further and further down until it gets narrow once again and then opens up to another familiar system of underground tunnels and caverns. And the gem of brightness is 30 and 30. Alright, should just be further up.
Do you come down here often?
No, I haven't come down here since your friends rescued me. Frank.
Is he being frank?
Give me an insight check.
I thought you said your name was Winfred. 25. So as soon as he says to be frank, I just kind of lean back and give an eye to Hal and just shake my head like he's not telling the truth. Completely silent. Yep.
Now that we're kind of good friends and away from prying eyes, what have you been doing down here? You're not thinking of bringing Stefan back, are you?
Oh, Sir Hal, I don't know what you mean. Stefan melted away what was left of him. I haven't been back here.
You know how Belladin can make that tree grow really high? Like, he can also tell when people are telling him stories.
It was, yeah, quite impressive. Stories, what? Don't know what y'all mean.
Magic that makes you, like, tell if somebody's lying to you. Yeah. Why have you been coming down here? Are you taking some of this quicksilver, true silver, excuse me? Are you trying to get it out of the city now that you're in charge? I mean, money turns good men who have some kind of semblance of power, especially after something they've lost, into desperate men who think they can just run around and do whatever the hell they want. So what have you been doing down here?
Well, if you all can place yourselves where you were.
Oh no. I'm always going to be in the middle where I can do the maximum amount of help. I imagine
where you can set fire to things most efficiently.
Yeah, no, in fact, this is perfect. I don't even wait for him to say anything. I do a wall of flame just right down the center. I'm just kidding.
I appreciate what you all have done, but you're gonna stand around here and accuse me of thievery. Well, you all can just include whatever you business you need to down here, and I'll can go back and tend to the village.
I'm not accusing you of thievery. I just want to know why you've been down here, and you clearly have been down here.
He's going to try to walk past you, Fenwick.
Like, come on, don't get your hackles all up. If you took some of the true silver, I could care less.
Is that a athletics check?
Oh, okay.
That's opposing athletics checks, right?
Oh, he's trying to get past me there? Oh, an athletics check?
He's just going to try to move you out of the way, shove. We're going to say it that way. Still strong enough where he's going to try to force you out of its way, though. But not where he's, like, trying to shove you prone. It's just kind of like a hand on the shoulder, like, out of my way, please. Like,
he lays a hand on me?
He says, I'm going to go back up to attend to the village, and he kind of puts his hand on your shoulder to try to gently move you out of the way.
I cast Thaumaturgy and make ground shake.
Okay. Trying to bring the mine down on us?
Might want to take that hand off.
Takes a step back. I don't know what's gotten into y'all.
Just saying, it's not polite to put hands on people.
You came down here to kill me, didn't you?
From behind Hal and Fenwick, Belladin just kind of raises his voice and says, I believe the two nobles in front of me may not be acting very noble. What you see as accusations is them just fishing, if you will. We all understand fishing. Maybe it's grief. Maybe grief is what brings you down here. And they told me that you lost your son. And I can't... Look, I've traveled from the south end of this continent all the way up to here. It's farther than people think. And I've met a lot of people. I don't really like large groups of people, but I know individuals. I know people, persons, if you will. I can't imagine the grief that you're going through and the pain no father should have to bury their child. Sorry you went through that. Whatever you think is down here, the true silver, the crystals, we've seen what the crystals do to people and do to creatures. I don't know if someone told you that using them is going to help bring your son back, but even if that magic, by some sorcery, brought something back, it wouldn't be your son. Please calm down and just talk to us.
Give me an insight check, Paladin.
Okay.
The first time you mentioned his son, you see kind of furrow his brow for a moment, and this wave of you just see like pure raw grief wash over his face, and then his eyes unfocus.
Huh.
Like go blank for a moment, and you see him go back to the aggressive, tense, hardened look where he's standing off with you all after you've accused him of lying.
With this 21, do I get the sense that he's under some type of compulsion? Like he's affected by something, a compulsion spell or some magical force? Because he seems to be affected by emotion and then it drops from him.
It didn't seem natural, this shift. It was so extreme and opposite, and it was so quick that there was no like afterthought or pre-thought to it, right? It just struck and it was gone.
Right, and my tribe especially, like we understand grief and the passing and dealing with death. It's kind of what my tribe does. So seeing that grief just get wiped from his expression completely and for him to move on from it, like I know how completely unnatural that is. So yeah, at that point, I'm not even going to wait for him to say anything. I'm going to say, Hal Finthwick, he's... Winfred, I don't even know if you know, but you're under the effect of something.
Calling me a thief and a liar? I'd rather die! And he shouts that super loud and tries to run off.
He's under effect of a spell. I don't know. Do you want me to stop him?
At that moment, after he starts running off, you hear a rumble. Sounds like stones crashing.
Well, we should run after him if that's actually a cave-in. I know that's a story, but it doesn't sound like a story.
Yeah, I'll chase after him.
Yeah, chase after him.
Yep.
You guys should be able to move.
So this is all like unknown to the group now? You guys never came through here?
They did. They went this way. That black is a opening down below. So it's water flowing down into the darkness. So, Storm Chasers, you find yourself further deeper into the caverns and tunnels under the White Dagger Mountains, into the hidden mines outside Lost Temple of Siberia. After confronting Winford in some duplicitous statements that Hal and Belladin caught him in, and a strange, unnatural emotional shift noticed by Belladin, Winford yelled loudly and ran off further into the caverns. You guys gave chase, hearing the falls of rock and stone upon each other. You all entered the cavern, with backs further against the wall.
So is he just on the other side there? I can't see.
He's in the darkness for you.
Yep, he's against the wall back there. And core points.
Maybe use your magic and remove whatever's on him.
I cannot remove magical compulsion. Benthwick, can you do that?
You won't get me.
I can try.
Led me down here to die.
Paladin, we're catching him?
Yeah. Just hold on. Maybe we can magically remove whatever this is. Hold on the yeeting yourself over the gap. We don't know what's over there.
Thank you for the clear instruction.
Yes, I know I have to be clear with Core.
Problem is, don't really know what's wrong with him.
Right. That's an interesting thing, right?
Well, it's more like How powerful do I want to go with this spell?
Oh, right, with Dispel. Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, yeah, sure. What the hell?
Cast guidance on yourself first. Ask for the help of your god. I apologize. I should have done it in the D&D parlance.
I will guide myself, and I will throw a. I'm going to cheap out a little bit here. A 4th level Dispel Magic on him.
Technically, you're choosing him, right? So
you cast a spell magic, and you feel your magic wash over Winford, and he stops. You fools! You've only been delaying the inevitable. Lord Enix will rise, and you see a shimmer of blue in his eyes. The spell magic did not seem to have any effect. Belladin, at the same moment, you hear the faintest sounds of light footfall, barely echoing the corridors behind you.
To the south or to the west?
To the south.
Everybody, footsteps approaching from the south, from the way we came. Should we get on the other side of the gap? Fenthwick, do you want to wait for them to come around and then jump away with your destructive jumping that you've done?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
I walk over the gap like I'm standing on solid ground with my winged boots.
Or I'll spend a key point to be able to jump the gap.
And then I prepare. Someone should keep an eye on him. We don't know what he's going to do. I don't like an enemy at our back.
All right.
I'm going to prepare Fairy Fire for the moment Fenthwick jumps away.
Or we'll unlimber his crossbow or his longbow. To that people.
At that moment, rushing around the corner, come face to face with the goblin.
Now thunderstep him.
Gonna roll initiative.
Beautiful.
You hear as Belladin warns you all, footfalls in the tunnels behind you. You all prepare yourselves, and out rushes a goblin. A little bit shorter than you, I would say, Fenthwick. They were trying to be sneaky, but you were all able to notice them. And let's start off with Hal.
Well, sorry, Winford. I would like to rage, and I'm going to smack Winford up with non-lethal damage with my Warhammer.
Oh, damn.
All right, roll for an attack.
Hal's like, go to sleep.
That's a 14
That hits.
for 12 damage.
He is unconscious.
All right. And then I think that's... I move behind core. Here. Wait for Fenthwick to jump away. You know what? Actually, I'm going to get right here. Get back right. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's enough.
Go ahead and pull out the bow. A bow, not a bowl. Bowls would be useless here. I will.
Just starts munching on some ramen right in the middle of the fight.
A peace offering.
Where did you get that ramen, Cord?
Different kind of bowl.
Rebby packed it.
Oh,
Didn't give you
different bowl. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Then I'll definitely need the ramen. All right, we're going to go ahead and roll to hit this goblin right here, sir. Yeah, I tried to target it, but I guess that didn't work.
24 hits.
9 piercing damage.
He's not looking good. There's blood as you get him right in the neck, and blood just starts spurting out through and through. So there's no arrow sticking out of him, but there's just blood spurting out everywhere.
That's great. I'm feeling like an a-hole, so I'm just going to shoot the other one, too.
That's pretty funny.
Let's try that. Hey, 13 damage.
Oh,
As he just flies back against the wall as an arrow sticking straight through his chest where his heart is. Dead.
And then as a free action, I start eating ramen.
Gonna hold. Still gonna try it. Going to throw a javelin at you, Fenthwick, as you see a goblin appear from the other side of this pit, lava-filled pit. Should be a disadvantage.
oh, there's lava down there?
Okay, good. I'm not the only one who didn't hear lava before I tried to jump over it.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not near the edge.
Not where you guys are at. Around the corner.
Oh, around the corner there's a lava.
And that is it. For those guys' turn.
Well, I can only see the one now, right? But I saw a javelin come from the left.
Yeah, you see a javelin come from the west, fly past Fenthwick.
I'm gonna move to there. Damn it, I really wish I had dark vision at this point. I can't see shit over there. Fenthwick, can you see over there?
Of course.
Where the javelin came from? Is there more than one?
Yep.
How about far? How far?
How far? I'm going to say between 40 and 55 feet.
I'm going to go at the extent of my range and let loose the fairy fire I had being held.
How far is fairy fire? Okay.
60 feet. So I don't know if that's 60 feet, but I would do it at the extent of my range. So the edge of it would be at the right there. And I would just hope that I would just center it there in the darkness and hope that I got him.
You see 3 goblin-shaped outlines in the darkness now.
So not only do they light up in the darkness, but we also have advantage against them. And then I'm going to use...
10-foot radius, dim light. Interesting.
That's the reason why I wanted to do it. And then I get back over, so I'm right there in the air, which makes me a nice big target. Oh, you know what? I'll do it here, so I'm not blocking core.
What color is your fairy?
It is like a sickly purple. Like it's the same colors of like my mushrooms that come up. Yeah, it's a violet. It is blue, green, or violet. It's violet.
Violet. You're turning violet.
So any attack roll against the affected creature or object is advantage if the attacker can see it and the affected can't benefit from being invisible. So now they're their own little light source. I think that's all I do. Yeah, I don't have any more bonus actions and I can't cast another level spell. So that is my turn. That just runs over to them and then thunder steps back.
You don't?
Basically.
It's so funny.
And then thunder steps away. So everybody within 10 feet.
Con saving throw. Half as much damage on a successful save. Oh my god, it's so loud. I always forget how loud Thunderstep is.
Oh yeah, this may cause a cave-in.
That's what I said. It's already caving in, right? What's it going to hurt?
So go ahead and roll. That is a failure. 1 saves.
Oh, good for him.
But he still takes... No, that guy dies.
Hmm.
As you see him just splattered against the wall as you see Fenthwick reappear. Oh, yeah, still enough damage to kill the other one.
He's like, ha!
Yep.
Just a shock wave of pure energy and sound.
As Fenthwick reappears, and you hear echoes.
Like thunder down through the cave. Amazing.
And you also probably hear some more rock falling. Is that your turn, Fenthwick?
Yes, that's my turn.
This is now the goblin's turn. I'm going to take a short bow attack on you, Belladin.
Yep. Made myself a nice big target.
That's an 8.
It's a miss.
That's his go.
This feels like when you've been playing a game for a long time and then you wander back to the starting area of that game. I feel like Rick is definitely going to understand that reference given the game he's been playing. Oh, he hits me. Good for him.
For 4 piercing damage. As you hear him.
Proud of you, little guy. And you just wandered back into an earlier area of the game where everything's way weaker.
That's a 6.
Miss.
These ones.
Oh, I love it. I love them glowing.
They have to make a check. They should be able to just jump 5 feet, right?
5 feet, yeah. I mean, if...
It's their strength score. Yeah, if they're running, I think it's more than that, so yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget the rules for jumping.
I think it's if you're running, it's your strength score, actually.
And if they have a negative strength score?
I'm sure it's stronger than 5. So they can run over it. Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's the actual, not the modifier, the actual score, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Another 10, 20.
They move backwards when they
And
jump. I don't
30.
know what happened.
Yeah, they've got a negative jump.
Yeah. Jumps over and jumps over.
Thank you for the overly complicated rule, but just so you can move forward sometimes.
Oh my god. Cover the number of feet up to your strength score. Yep.
You know what? Because it's fun, I'm going to make them roll.
Yeah, they are jumping over lava, right?
Yep, that first one did not make it. I already rolled for him. I'm going to make a dex save for him.
If he grabs the edge, I love it. 10. 10, he grabbed it. Or was it harder than 10?
A little harder than 10.
Yeah, bummer.
You see that first one try to leap over. You hear this weird plop sound and this sizzle and scream for a brief instant.
One of the violet ones just went down the lava hole, Fenthwick.
Oh no. No chance for a save for that one.
He does jump backwards.
Yep.
It's back to the top of the round. Hal.
He sees the other one falling and hesitates at the last minute.
Yep, didn't commit.
Doesn't commit.
Set down his warhammer and pull out his bow. Aim at this guy.
Yeah, bow boys.
22
Sorry, that doesn't hit.
for 6 piercing.
As he is also right in the temple, just as he's aiming towards Belladin. His shot goes wide. Hal, you quickly lower your warhammer, pull out your bow, take a shot right through the temple, and he falls down dead.
And then I think I'll aim at the next closest guy to Belladin.
I would say that hits.
He catches it, throws it back. Yeah.
Yeah, that goblin has gloves of missile snaring.
Yeah, he's dead.
11 plus 3, 14.
As this one was squealing in delight of actually hitting Belladin, your arrow goes right into his mouth through the back of his throat, severing the brainstem.
I can just move across liquids, right? So I'm just going to kind of mosey my way back over here.
And it's like a stream. It's not like a deep river.
Oh, okay. It's actually a river, not a waterfall.
There's a waterfall where you're standing, Belladin, pretty much.
Oh, okay. I'm at the only place where it's actually a waterfall. Nice.
I was like, yeah, I can see more people, but they're all dead. So I will go ahead and just shoot at this guy. Shooting at that guy. See how that works. 18 for 12 damage.
As he falls down dead. Arrows right in the chest.
And then the only other one I can see is glowing purple. So
I
I'll
have
shoot
advantage
that
against
guy
them.
with advantage and hopefully not miss. 23 for another 12.
This one falls down into the lava pits. He's grasping at his throat, trying to stop the bleeding, and he's stepping back too far.
Just mosey on back, because this is not Pathfinder. You can't see them, so you can move them closer if you want to.
You see the larger one.
How high is the ceiling in this room? I don't think any of us asked.
Here it's pretty big. It's maybe like 50 feet up. In the smaller tunnels, it's maybe sometimes 10, maybe 20.
So from here, like 10 and 20, but as soon as you get out to this area, it opens out to a large cavern. Okay. Thank you.
That is their turn. Belladin, you're up.
I go right here, but I am higher. So I'm like maybe 15 to 20 feet off the ground. So I'm probably just at the edge of, well, no, I'd be in the dim light, but I'm hoping, I mean, they might have seen me do it, but I'm hoping to be just above them when they come in. Maybe they won't look straight up. And with my action, I'm going to, this might be a waste, but I go Super Druid and get, what is the number now? 32 temp HP and yeah, all that jazz. So that's what I'm doing with my action, and with my bonus action, a D2. Oh, nice.
Yes.
Rolled a 1.
I was letting fate decide whether I was going to be a nice DM or not.
Ooh.
And it makes sense. With your passive perception, you don't hear anything immediately around you, but you do hear the scurrying of feet in this direction
Mm-hmm.
and this direction away from you all.
Oh, moving away.
Mm-hmm. I'll say that you do that happened before you took your action.
Thank you. So I'm gonna get up there and I get eye contact with Hal, and I tell him, I do like a cut off motion with my neck and say, no more. They're moving away. Yeah, and I'll probably just, I mean, I don't want to waste any spells or anything. So yeah, I guess that'll be my turn, because I guess I'll just dodge. So you see me just pirouetting through the air like a beautiful.
Are all these goblins dead?
All the ones that you can see. You probably saw Belladin motioning to Hal as well.
And I said no more coming. They're moving away.
Then I guess I'll just dodge.
I probably wouldn't be able to whisper it because of the moving water and it going down into the hole and the waterfall to the east. So I'd probably have to say it at no more volume.
Does anyone plan on immediately going after any of them right now?
No,
No.
All right.
not me.
You're going to
Core, go get him. I'm just
I
kidding.
have my target.
end combat as you've easily dispatched this small company of goblins that tried to ambush you all.
What's wrong with our friend here?
Okay, so Bentwick, you did dispel magic. It didn't work, from what I could tell, right? Did you feel anything when you cast it? Like, did it do anything? Okay. When you did that, when he said what he was saying, I don't know if anyone else could see it, but his eyes flashed the same blue as these crystals.
Yeah, and it's more like his pupils kind of backlit blue.
That kind of happens to like animals in the dark, where you kind of get like a bit of a reflection of light. Like,
yep, but it was a deep blue.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got a crystal in him or if he's been around crystals, but he talked about Enix, right? So there's something going on. Like, this isn't 100% him. He might. I don't know if this is something else. Like, he's clearly not a monster, right? You guys said if whenever people are affected by the crystals, they turn into something.
Well, I don't know if they always turn into something. I mean, we ran across an orc that had one in for one of his eyeballs, and he was still an orc.
I'll start undressing him. Maybe there's something stuck in him somewhere.
You start taking off his simple, commoner clothes, and something immediately catches your eyes. Just below his left shoulder, there's a healing wound. When you found him, he was injured with a large gash under his shoulder that Fenswick, I believe, healed, or maybe it was Pebbles, your cleric friend. The tissue around it seemed to have healed, but it looks like the tissue around the scar tissue is blackened and necrotic.
There's something in there. You got to get it out.
I got to get something out.
I mean, I could take off his arm, but...
Oh, no, we don't.
That might be a little bit extreme to start with.
Well, here, I mean, someone give me a dagger. Do we have a torch or anything? He was about to light a torch. Does he have a torch on him?
Yeah, he has a torch on him. He has a small, little satchel with some...
I'm gonna use Druidcraft to light the torch. So I'm gonna take. Does anybody have a dagger? Do I have a dagger?
Yeah, I have a dagger.
Okay. I hold my hand out. I get the dagger from Fenthwick. Thank you. I sanitize it in the flame, and I'm gonna say I could use a little bit of help from your god. I've never done exactly this before.
What? Never dug around on a guy's shoulder for something?
No, nope. I have to say, definitely haven't.
Like, may the gods guide your hand.
Thank you. And I'm gonna cut into his shoulder and try not to do a lot of damage and try and find whatever is started necrosis in his tissue.
It's fine. He's already dead.
He's not dead, Core.
He's just unconscious. Every time Belladin digs in with the knife, I'll just cast Spare the Dying on him.
There you go. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I was hoping it'd be a medicine check, but maybe I'm killing this guy.
Oh no, it's still definitely a medicine check. I just wanted to think about I was just thinking about mechanics but yes, it's definitely a medicine check.
That's funny.
Yeah, you have to roll for the attack, though.
Oh, God. Man, I rolled awful. 16.
16. Not too bad, actually.
Thank God for your God.
You get the blade in, and even unconscious, you see Winford, his body twitch.
I say to the unconscious form, stop being a baby. It's just a burning dagger.
He's going to take some damage, though.
Yeah, he's gonna.
He is unconscious, so...
2?
Yep.
I think a dagger's a D4, isn't it? Oh, but I got it all hot. Whoops.
It does help with actually some of the bleeding. It cauterizes... I mean, how hot are you going in with it?
Just... No, I just sanitize. Yeah, it is as if I have just taken it out from the mountain of doom.
Probably not with a torch. You'd be there a while holding a dagger over a torch.
Yep.
But yeah, he starts to bleed profusely from the wound.
So that would count as an action. Could I do healing word with a bonus action? Because it's just verbal component. So I could just speak while I'm doing that.
The blood coming from the wound, as it hits the ground, freezes.
Oh. Should I be wearing gloves? Do we have PPE?
You heal him for 9 points. He comes back conscious.
Oh, we probably should have restrained him.
And then start screaming because you got a dagger digging into his shoulder.
Ugh.
Al, hold him down. You're still raging, right?
I will hold him down.
Give me an athletics check. I would say with advantage because he's prone with a dagger in him.
Yep.
25.
Get your filthy hands off me. You all die horrible deaths.
I mean, you're probably not wrong, but
You cannot stop Lord Enix from exacting his revenge.
keep talking. What about what's his revenge? What are his plans? I say as my dagger's searching through his shoulder for whatever is causing this.
Give me another medicine check. You were successfully able to get in there without killing him, but now you're searching for it.
Guidance.
Thank you.
How often can the same person be guided? Isn't there a limit? Or is that
No, it is completely broken.
okay?
Every 6 seconds.
22.
Yeah, you press the dagger in further near, and you hit something solid, something where you know bone isn't there.
Well, all right, keep an eye out, Core. You have dark vision, right? Well, I'll go in one more time. Let's try and get this thing out. I hit something hard. Keep him held down, Hal.
He does not take damage this time.
All right. Fenthwick, can you please guide me one more time? I'm going to try and get this thing out without infecting myself.
He is going to try to break free of your grasp in the meantime. So give me another contested strength roll, please. Athletics check, I mean. I'm sure he can beat that. What would he use? I guess it doesn't really matter.
It's Dexter strength, right, to break?
Yeah, acrobatics or athletics. Nope. All right, you get one more. Go.
All right, here we go. Fenthwick, do you help me?
Yep.
Thank you so much.
26.
30.
30.
30.
Woo.
Woo!
You dig around with the dagger a little bit, and with one swift motion, push back like you're almost like opening like a beer bottle, right? That same motion.
Right.
And you dig the tip of the dagger underneath this hard surface, and out from the wound, you see a glowing blue gem.
Oh, ugh.
And Winford passes out from the pain.
Gotcha. He's not like taking damage to die?
Belladin did it expertly enough. He is not actively bleeding out.
Do we have any bandages or anything? Or Fenthwick, could you?
Actually, where the gem came through, the flesh is frozen over. Actually, there's no active bleeding.
Well, I mean, we should. Well, shit. I'm not sure if we can get out of here until he wakes up.
I mean, I can heal him again. That might wake him up.
Belladin, you notice this is a worked, unlike the rough gems that you had seen in Saren's lair. This is a finely cut blue gem that is rolled onto the floor, and as it rolls up, you see a glowing sigil.
Do I need to roll to recognize this sigil?
You can roll me an Arcana check if you'd like.
Fenthwick, do you know what this arcane rune means? Have you guys seen anything like this? All the crystals I've seen with you guys so far have just been like straight from the ground, it looks like. This looks...
No, the one from the dragon is also cut.
Oh.
Yeah, we have. I mean, the one we pry out of that dead orc's eyeball socket, which we still have, also had some kind of rune inscribed in it.
Can you discern what this one means? Or have they all been the same thus far?
I don't know. Can I?
Give me an Arcana check.
Apparently I can.
You're just like, I'm going to guide myself. Just piss off Richard.
You recognize that it is an arcane sigil. It's not druidic or anything, and this is arcane magic. And while you don't know the spell, you recognize what it is and how powerful it is. This is a sigil for Gish.
Jordan knows what that spell is.
Would that be like Gesh?
That's a powerful spell.
Well, everyone around who's looking at the gem, give me a perception check. Fenthwick, as you're explaining the spell, you take your eyes away from the gem actually and look to your companions. Hal's looking at the gem for a moment, but looks up towards you, Fenthwick, as you're explaining what Gesh is and how it's used to control the minds and actions of others and how powerful it is. But you look at the gem, covered in blood, and as the last drop of blood, none of the blood actually sticks to the gem. But as a last drop of blood leaves its surface, you see the light flicker, go out.
Oh, okay. The light's gone out in it. Hal, could you kind of tilt your head down this? Wait, where are you holding the gem again? Is it on necklace? Is it on your helmet?
It's hanging on a necklace.
No. Turn this way. Are my eyes deceiving me? Is the light gone out on this one finally?
How you look down, and it is a clear cut gem with some sort of weird magic symbol carved into it.
But it's not glowing anymore.
So all these gems that you've seen, it's like the one from the dragon. It was glowing this bright blue light from within, then faded out.
Yeah. Actually, Hal, put your hand over the gem, and then we'll be able to tell if it's actually glowing or not anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, no glow.
You cover the gem of brightness. The cavern is dark.
No glow. All right. Well, I guess I can heal him, wake him up, and then we can fight our way out of here.
You said you still got whatever that spell that makes us go through the rocks, right?
Oh yeah, I can cast that 3 times. So I can get 3 of you through. It'll turn you into like a gas, like smoke, and you'll be able to go through. So if there's only like a very thin crack in the stone to get out, I'll be able to send you through.
Do we want to continue to look around Fenthwick? And I give him a knowing look.
Well, yeah, as long as we're down here.
See what's going on. Find out what he's been doing for Enix while under the control, the compulsion.
Well, that too.
I hold the torch and I dip it into the pool of water right here to put it out so that way Core can rejoin us. Sorry about that, Core. I just wanted to sanitize didn't want him to get sick.
Revy owns the inn now.
Say that one more time?
Revy owns the inn now.
No.
And he looks over at what he thinks is a dead body.
He's not dead. He was being controlled. I like point down towards the gem on the ground. He's being controlled. Magic. Powerful compulsion magic was forcing this man's actions and making him do things. And we're gonna explore down here. Probably have to fight more goblins, but we're gonna explore down here and see what's been done.
And we can kill goblins.
Yeah, I don't mind that. What should we do with this guy? Just leave him here? He's not dead. He's alive. What do you think, Hal Fenthwick?
Is he still unconscious?
He is unconscious.
Yeah, that's why I think he's dead. Are y'all gonna wake him up so he can walk? Just gonna leave him like that.
I don't know. Don't really like the idea of just leaving him here. What do you want me to poke him with a stick?
No, slap him across the face. Here, watch.
I mean, I could heal. Oh, you just hit him.
2 deaths.
He dies.
You smack him across the face, and you get the feeling he's not just sleeping unconscious.
Fenthwick, are you sure you don't want to use any low-level spells, or is that's just on me?
Well, I mean, if he's not dying, I'm not sure what I can do for him.
Oh, okay. 8 points of healing.
What happened?
Welcome back. Hal, fill him in. I'm tired. That took a lot out of me.
Can I have my dagger back, please?
Oh yes, of course. You want me to sterilize it again?
I prestidigitate it clean.
I know you. How do I know you? It's like I've seen you in a dream. What's going on? Where am I? Where's Stefan?
Stefan is.
Oh no.